Okay, we are going to continue to find these missing angle measures. The front of this page is very much like we were doing yesterday. We are making a determination if these angles are the same or are they different. I can eyeball these and tell that these are both obtuse angles, so these angles are going to be the same. They are alternate interior angles, making them congruent. So if this is 136, this is also 136. All right, number 2. I'm looking at these two angles, seeing this obtuse angle and this acute angle. So they are not the same. That means they are supplementary. These are actually a linear pair. Linear pairs, if you've got one obtuse and one acute, they're going to add up to 180 degrees. So that means that x plus 125 has to equal 180 degrees. So to solve this, we simply subtract 180 minus 125. All right, and that is 55 degrees. Got my degree sign here. All right, number 3. This is an acute angle, and so is this. So they're going to be equal, 53 degrees. If I wanted to go by my vocabulary, I've got an interior angle and an exterior angle on the same side. These are corresponding angles, and I know that corresponding angles are equal to each other. All right, over here, I've got, I really don't like this question very much because this is 110 degrees and it looks like an acute angle to me. But I do know that these aren't the same angle because these are same side exteriors, same side exterior angles. And I know that same side exterior angles are supplementary and have to add up to 180 degrees. So to solve this, I would do 180 minus 110. That is 70 degrees. All right, number 5. I see an acute angle and an acute angle. These are vertical angles. They share that vertice, they share that vertex, and they are directly across from each other. So they're vertical, so I know that they're the same. So if this is 61 degrees, this is also 61 degrees. All right, for this one, again, I'm really not liking this very much because this says this is 88 degrees, but this is clearly an obtuse angle to me. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to say that these are equal angles because they are alternate exterior angles. So that means if this is 88 degrees, guess what? This is also 88 degrees. All right, and then for number 7, very clearly I see this is an obtuse angle and this is an acute angle. So they're not the same. These are same side interior angles, which add up to 180 degrees. So x plus 118 has to equal 180 degrees. So to solve it, again, we just subtract from 118. 62 degrees. All right, number 8. I see this obtuse angle and this obtuse angle. They're both obtuse, so I know they're going to be the same. But additionally, I can say that these are corresponding angles. Just want to keep practicing our vocabulary. These are corresponding angles. We've got an interior and an exterior on the same side of the transversal. That means they are corresponding and they are equal. All right? So today, what we learn is we're kind of extending it a little bit. Now we've got variables entered into the mix. So we're going to have to solve for the missing variable. So it says find the value of x, then give the angle measure. All right, so what I know about these two angles, this angle and this angle, this is obtuse and this is acute. I know that they're not the same, but I also know that they are same side exteriors, which means they have to add up to 180 degrees. So just like I did over here, where I wrote this equation, I'm going to do the same thing here, except I'm going to use 100 plus this whole angle, which is x plus 10. So here's my first angle, here's my second angle, has to equal 180 degrees. And then, if you're not good at solving equations, we can always go to Desmos. I'm going to go to Desmos, and I'm going to put my equation in Desmos. But remember, 100 plus, remember we can't use x in Desmos. I'm going to change it to an a, plus 10 equals, not equals, we can't use the equals. We got to change it to the tilde, 180 degrees. And then Desmos will solve it for me. It tells me that a equals, let me split my screen. It tells me that a equals 70 degrees. So right here, that's my missing variable, 70. Then it tells me what's the other angle measure. There's a couple different ways we can do this. We can say, well, I know one of them was 100, so I could just do 180 minus 100. The other angle measure has to equal 80. Or you could take this x plus 10 and substitute your value for x in for x. 70 plus 10 does indeed equal 80. All right. You know what? I'm going to leave 2, 4, 6, and 8 out. Some of my classes are going to do these for homework. All right, let's look at number 3. We've got this acute angle and this obtuse angle. They are not the same. So when I set these up, and these are a linear pair, and I know that linear pairs have to add up to 180 degrees. So when I set this up, I'm going to do 6x minus 1 plus my other angle, which is 121, has to equal 180 degrees. All right, when I put it in Desmos, let me rewrite this in Desmos language, not x. I'm going to change that to an a, plus 121, squiggle, 180. So when I put this in Desmos, I'm going to do 6a minus 1 plus 121. I don't know where that 1 came from. Okay, squiggle. Nope. 6a. I'm losing my mind. 6a minus 1 plus 121. There we go. Squiggle. Squiggle. 180. A equals 10, or x equals 10. And then to figure out the angle measure, I can either take, I know it has to add up to 180, so I could just do 180 minus 121, probably the easiest way, 59 degrees. Or I could take my value for x and plug it in right there. 6 times 10 minus 1. 6 times 10 is 60, minus 1 is 59. All right, the next one, I've got obtuse, obtuse. They are the same. They are also alternate interior angles. So when I do this, I'm going to set this up, not add up to 180, because they are the same. That means that I need to set the 135 equal to the x plus 15. Okay, so when I put this in Desmos, I'm going to do 135 tilde a plus 15. For whatever reason, Desmos does not like the x. So here we go. 135 has to equal or tilde a plus 15. X is 120. And that makes sense because if I subtract 15 from both sides, 135 minus 15 is indeed 120. All right, to figure out my other angle, we said these are the same, right? So if this is 135, guess what? This is also 135. If I wanted to check myself, I could plug this in, my value for x right there. Instead of x plus 15, I'm going to do 120 plus 15. And 120 plus 15 is indeed 135. All right, number 7. I see an acute angle and an acute angle. These are going to be equal, but they are also vertical. And I know that vertical angles are equal. So when I set up my equation, I'm not going to do add up to 180 like I did on the first two. I'm going to say x plus 1 equals 51. A, if you need Desmos, a plus 1 tilde 51. This one is pretty easy to solve actually by hand. Just subtract 1 from both sides and you get a equals 51 minus 1 is 50. So now the angle measure. If this angle equals 51 and we said they're the same, that's to equal 51. All right, and then we're going to just check ourselves. We're going to plug in right here, that angle is x plus 1. So if I do the value for x, which is 50, plus 1, that does equal 51. And that is it. You have homework. Some of you just have the evens to do for homework. Some of you had a different page that we did for homework. But you can definitely use this video for help. Okay?